Hey everyone, I'm Ryan. You're watching 60 Cycle Hum, and in this video, I'm going to show you something little. How'd you like that intro? Not creepy or weird or suggestive at all. So anyways, I've got this little black case here. It says ESP on it. What's inside? I don't know why I'm trying to surprise you. You already read the title. You already looked at the thumbnail. You know exactly what's in here. It's this little cute tiny Les Paul style thing. How fun is that? The headstock is labeled CJR. It has a double humbucker kind of setup here. A nice cherry burst kind of finish to it. You might notice that there's a bunch of wild holes in that neck humbucker because it's not a humbucker, it's a speaker. This guitar has a built-in amplifier. You turn it on by pulling that switch there, and it'll really rattle your teeth just barely above the volume of the dry plucked strings. Hopefully the mic was able to pick that up enough. It's pretty dang quiet. So anyways, let's tell the story of how I came into ownership of this guitar. This past weekend, I was out on a nice Sunday drive with my family. We just had to get out of the house, do something other than sit in the house on quarantine. And this thing popped up on OfferUp in the area that I was in while I was having lunch. I took a screen grab of the ad. I put it up on the 60 Cycle Hum Facebook group, which you should join if you have not. And people were going a little bit wild in the comment section talking about it. Most of the comments were like, oh, Trogley's covered this a bunch of times. Trogley has all these videos. Oh, Trogley this, Trogley that. Awesome, guys. Trogley's really cool. I like his channel. But I've got a channel too. I want to cover stuff. Just because he's done something doesn't mean I can't do it too. So the price was right on this. $200. I hit the guy up. I'm like, hey, I'm having lunch down the street from you. Can I come get it? He's like, of course, come get it. I did it. I went and got it. End of story, right? So let's talk about this thing a bit. The ones that Trogley's covered have been branded Edwards, and they are a sub-brand of ESP, which is a Japanese company for the most part, I think. As far as I understand, this model guitar is not allowed for retail in the States for various obvious reasons, as far as copyright design and stuff like that. Maybe just kind of retail rules. I don't know. So anyways, they make it to the States every now and then. Usually on eBay, these things look like they go for like $500 to $600 and up when they're in good condition. This one's not in good condition. It's got all kinds of crust and grime, and it's got a chip in the headstock and pressure dings and scratches on the back. It's one of those weird combinations of abused and like still has things like the original hang tag that tells you that's the push pull to turn on the amp, and it still has the plastic on the back of the control cavity here. Not anymore. I just took it off. That's that's like licking your guitar. That proves it's yours now. I own this guitar. I can't return it now. So anyways, I want to play it a little bit as it is, talk about the condition it's in, and then give this thing a nice spit shine. I've got my D'Addario cleaning kit here. That's pretty fun. And get it all cleaned up, put a fresh set of strings on this, and see how it does. So let's see what it sounds like right now. As is, you already heard the built-in speaker, which is, it's a fun gimmick. But it's pretty pathetic. With like Bluetooth speaker technology the way it is, with those just like cheap little speakers you can get off of Amazon or whatever, I'm honestly been thinking, I wonder if I can gut this whole situation and drop something more powerful in there. Even swap the speaker out of this pickup rig here and make something loud. At least a lot louder. Because this is pretty pathetically quiet. And yeah, I did put in a fresh 9-volt. It's just loud enough to give yourself a hint of some, distortion while you're sitting, working on some riff on the couch or whatever. But I want something so loud that it shakes the guitar into feedback. So, let's run through my amps here. Surprise, surprise, it sounds like a regular guitar. Even with the crusty strings and just the state of this, it plays pretty dang nice. I think you could get one of these and expect a player's guitar. Even though they're super short scale. I measured it, and I think it was like 20 3/4 inches long. Let's hear it with some distortion and some delay. I like it, guys. It is actually a lot of fun to play. I mean, just disregard the whole like built-in speaker thing and think of this as a single humbucker, short scale, little shreddy, classic rock machine. It plays the way it looks. It sounds the way it looks. I'm very happy with my purchase. I might not let my kids play with this thing. That's how happy I am with this purchase. Even the fretwork is really decent on this. Not, extravagant or anything like that, but kind of nice rounded end to those frets there. You can feel them, but for what I paid and for what it looks like, you think it's going to be some sort of novelty guitar. I'm pretty surprised by the build quality all around with this. All right, so let's get into it. I want to clean this thing up. Turn it into something that I can use in demos. Is this a good guitar for, affordable stuff? Let's start with removing those strings. I did have to put some very sketchy ghetto foil underneath the low E and low A because the nut slots are cut too deep and it was buzzing out on everything lower than the 3rd fret. It was buzzing out open because it was so low. So I want to eventually do the baking soda and super glue thing, but I'm all out of super glue. You guys ever find that you open a thing of super glue and you might close it up, but you just accept that that tube is done? That happens to me every time. Like, you go back to it months later, that tube has just solidified on you. You're not getting anything more out. That's what happened to me. They actually need to make super glue in tubes that are like way smaller and make them just like single use sorts of situations. I hate it when people don't trim the strings on the strings on the heads. I hate it when people don't trim the strings on the headstock and they do these big stupid loops. It just makes life harder for you later. Just trim the damn strings. I'll be really lucky if I don't get tetanus from these strings. They like tied the strings in a knot. in and around the post. All right, strings are off. I have half a mind to go drive back to the guy's house and demand like 10 of my dollars back for that effort. Oh man. All right, where should I start on this thing? The Shine spray cleaner here from the D'Addario kit. Just start giving everything a general wipe down. I'm gonna get some paper towels for that. There's quite a bit of crust on the frets. I'm wondering if this cleaner will take care of that or if they're gonna need a polish. I've never actually polished frets before. I usually don't care about taking guitars back to perfectly clean. But in this case, I think this thing is so cute and fun. I kind of want to see it in a really cleaned up sort of condition. And honestly, if I can't figure out a clever way of getting more volume out of that speaker, even though I love the way it looks, I love the quirk to it, I might just drop a regular humbucker in the neck. Interestingly, I can't figure out, I mean, I haven't opened it yet. I haven't been able to figure out if this switch does anything at all. It doesn't seem to. It seems to be a dummy switch. On the versions of this guitar that Trogley covered, this turned the amp on and off. But I've got the push-pull here for this. So is this just cosmetic? It doesn't seem to change the sound. It doesn't seem to change anything with the tone of the amp. It's not like a clean or overdrive sort of switch. If I end up re-gutting that amp, if I can figure out how to make it nice and loud, maybe that's something I'll do. Is maybe attach that to an effect or something like that. If I'm clever enough to even pull that off. Maybe there's someone out there who's clever enough to put together a circuit like that for me, and we can work something out. There's a bit of a pressure crack here where the missing knob is. I don't have any replacement knobs that match that, but let's see what I do have. I could just do simple classic chrome. Do a giant Radio Shack knob. A different chrome Radio Shack knob. This is about this right size for that. I do have a Gibson style knob. I have a black speed knob. I also have these Yamaha amp knobs that I adore, that I put on a couple guitars that I love. I think I'm going to go with the black speed knob for now, just because it makes the most conceptual sense, even though it doesn't look at all similar. I'll have to order a matching set of knobs for this. I'd prefer to do the goldies there. Let's clean up that headstock. The tuners on this are pretty decent. They're your like standard Les Paul style tuner, your Gibson style tuner on this, and they're pretty smooth. I've had all kinds of short scale guitars over the years. My first being my 90s Duosonic, which is a 21 3/4 scale, I think. So it's only about an inch longer than the scale on this. I had to change the tuners on that. I don't think I have to change it on this. But I am used to dealing with the unique challenges of a very short scale guitar. I also used to have a little toy like star metal shaped guitar that was unbranded. It was playable though. It had a humbucker in the bridge. just a bridge humbucker. All kinds of abuse on the headstock. This thing saw a bit of a rough life. But that thing never played great, and it was impossible to keep in tune. The tuners were garbage on it. I ended up trading it away for some work on a couple guitars that I did like. I traded it to my guitar tech at the time. I bet if I wanted to, I could go really bananas on this thing and buff out a lot of the scratches and dents and dings, especially the light ones that are on here, and get it looking really clean. But I don't want to do that. I kind of like that it looks lived in a bit. Let's see if I can rescue those frets. The question is that crust or is it rust? I might have to go watch some tutorials on, how to actually do fret polishing to get these to a mirror finish. I think I'm just going to clean whatever grime is on them right now and accept them for what they are in the moment. Whoever was playing this before really liked to live on the 7th fret, I'll say that. There's the most amount of grime there. Kind of gross, right? Cleaning someone else's grime off of a fretboard. Sure, I know guitar techs do this all the time. I'm sure they do it a lot better than me. I think we've established many times over that I am not an expert at anything as far as this stuff goes. I'm a hobbyist that happens to have a guitar media empire. As ominous and stupid as that sounds. Pretty decent clean on the fretboard there. Got this Hydrate fretboard conditioner that I'll use. I bought this from someone in a coastal community, in a beach community, a stone's throw away from the ocean. So as far as I know, it could have been sitting by an open window. Even if it wasn't, it was catching, salt water, mist, and fog and air for as long as it lived in that part of town. People who live in that kind of area know exactly what that means for various possessions when they are rescued. Things just get a little bit stickier and saltier and crustier by the coast. That looks a lot better already, though. Yeah, that looks sharp. It doesn't look new, but it certainly looks better cared for. Not perfect, but a heck of a lot closer. Do I leave the speaker tag? It's made it so long. I hate to separate it from this. It's got Japanese on it. That's cool. I think I'll hold on to it. I'll honor it by saving it, but I'm going to take it off of here. All right, string time. I am not going to use my D'Addario XT strings on this because I want to order a heavier set and I don't want to waste a lighter set on this that I'm going to trim off later. I have this set of Gear Supply Company 11s to 48s here that I'm going to commit to this. This company famously folded. They don't exist anymore. But I have a couple strings left from them still. And I will still have to do that foil treatment underneath the string in the nut. Man, I think I want to raise these up too. I'm not someone who likes to have their stop bar cranked down so far. So with a short scale guitar like this, especially a very short scale guitar, you can go with a much heavier string than you usually do, because the strings are going to be looser on the guitar. So loose that they can feel unstable and floppy. And so going for a heavier set can remedy that quite a bit. And also you get the benefits, a nice beefy heavy string. It's one of the reasons I love my Duosonic so much. I keep 13s on that, and just 13s paired with like single coils. Oh, it sounds so good. But I'm not man enough to use 13s on just a regular Strat or something. I thought about doing it on my Jaguar. Ooh, I wanted to put some graphite in the nut too. I'll do that before I crank everything down here. So all you need to graphite a nut is a mechanical pencil. I don't really need it in these big slots because foil is going to go in there, but might as well while I'm here. Just kind of rub it around in there. Pencil lead is made out of graphite, and it's just a wonderful lubricant for any surface that's going to have metal against it. And over time, in theory, the string rubbing the graphite in your nut slot will make the nut slot even smoother. And a nice smooth nut that your string slides across contributes greatly to tuning stability. It's the first thing I go for when I'm trying to make a guitar more tuning stable. A lot of you already know all this information. I'm just saying it for the people that don't. You might be curious. All right, I'm gonna go get some more foil and then we'll tune this thing up. It just takes the tiniest bit of this stuff. Yep, that was enough. It is clear of the first fret, so it's not buzzing. I'm gonna trim it off. I know this is a super just ghetto way to fix this, but it's what I have in the moment. And sometimes that's the right thing to do. But I did get the results I wanted the first time I did this with this guitar. So I'm not going to apologize for anything. I think I like that a lot. Definitely way nicer to play with a fresh set of strings on it. It's falling out of tune pretty quick, but I just put these on here. What do you expect? if I can get it to feed back by using the built-in speaker. I don't think it's going to do it. Try killing that signal. I'm going to try something real screwy, just in case this battery is low. I've got one of these 9-volt battery to plug things. How am I going to do this? I'm going to have to hold this power supply on my lap. Let's see if you can get louder with a plugged-in power supply. I'm hearing nothing at all. Hopefully I didn't just fry it. That would be a shame, but it'd also be a project starter. No, it still works. It just didn't like the plugged-in power supply. I wonder why that is. Too much current? Maybe? I don't know. All right, let's give it a fresh tune, and then I'm gonna like doom my way out of here, I think. Can you doom with a guitar that's short scale and tuned up to F sharp? I like to think I can. With some help from the Affordable and the Cuvave fuzz. In this moment, I am very happy with my purchase. That is a fun guitar. It's not a toy, it's just small. It's cute, it's little, it's ferocious. Yeah, I'm a fan. All right, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude, nasty comments, support us on Patreon. Click all the links down below if I have any. If you're gonna buy something, use my affiliate links. If you're gonna go buy freaking laundry detergent on Amazon, start with one of my affiliate links. It helps put money in my pocket and helps me make a little bit of a living doing this stuff. No matter how hard Bezos tries to foil my plans. All right, bye everyone. Stay grounded.